Hello guys, today I'm gonna explain you about video game genres, everything you need to know. Refers to a particular type or style of a game. The most widely used game classifying system categorizes games into 10 genres, such as Sandbox, real-time strategy, RTS, shooters, FPS and TPS, multiplayer online battle arena, MOBA, role-playing, RPG, ARPG, and more. Simulation and sports, puzzlers and party games, action-adventure, survival and horror platformer. The term sandbox may be more recognizable from its usage in tech or even as an open-ended mode available within certain games. It's often associated with player choice, open environments, and non-linear gameplay. The sandbox genre has grown from a small niche to encompass a huge variety of titles. In these games, players often have less concrete goals and narrative pathways to pursue. Instead of beating the boss and saving the princess, you may face a variety of tasks you can accomplish in a number of different ways. This draws players into more immersive experiences, encouraging experimentation with what may be unfamiliar mechanics. Sandbox titles can sometimes be highly conceptual and even lack some of the most recognizable gameplay elements. The 1984 game Elite is a key example, with a simple design and play focused on combat, exploration, and trading. It also showcased an early instance of procedural generation. Simulation games like The Sims are also increasingly touted as sandbox titles, as are many popular franchises, including both Minecraft and Grand Theft Auto. As game worlds expand and narratives diversify, expect more of an overlap with other gaming genres. Some games come under this genre are Minecraft, Grand Theft Auto, and The Sims. Games were around for years before most players knew what the genre was. Thanks to their enduring popularity and the growth of new subgenres, RTS games remain a conspicuous part of the video game landscape. In the archetypal RTS title, Doom 2 human and AI players control different factions and compete against each other simultaneously in real time, hence the term real-time strategy, as opposed to turn-based strategy. These games typically include resource and map management, and they often feature a top-down view. Warcraft, Age of Empires, and Command & Conquer are among the most popular RTS titles, but the list doesn't stop there. And when it comes to turn-based strategy games, enthusiasts tout the Civilization series and other notable franchises. There are also titles that deliberately blend elements of both styles for mixed gameplay, like the Total War franchise. The shooter is another long-standing genre that developed several early offshoots and branched out into two primary subgenres: the first-person shooter, FPS, and third-person shooter, TPS. There's plenty of potential for overlap here too, since many contemporary titles allow you to toggle between first and third-person viewpoints. Not only that, but most battle royale games, a subgenre unto itself, operate as either first or third-person shooters, including Fortnite and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. The key difference is perspective. An FPS simulates a typical human viewpoint, showing essentially what your in-game character sees in franchises like Half-Life, Call of Duty, and Doom. A TPS pulls the perspective back and showcases your entire character and surrounding environment, such as in the Gears of War. The premise for these games is simple, but it's been repackaged in many ways over the years. Older players probably remember the earliest arcade and gallery-style shooters with on-the-rails gameplay and relatively simple environments. Then there are shoot-em-ups, or shmups, and bullet hell games, both of which rely heavily on twitchy gameplay involving plenty of shooting. While most shooter games split into FPS and TPS gameplay, they're frequently talked about as elements in other games. Grand Theft Auto V is an example of overlap. It rides the new wave of modern sandbox games, but it also has substantial TPS elements, and you can play it in first person if you want. By contrast, the Halo series is primarily known for its groundbreaking FPS gameplay. An increasingly popular subgenre with connections to a variety of other styles, multiplayer online battle arena games share many features with real-time strategy games. There's a top-down perspective that emphasizes map and resource management, plus real-time competition between players. The major difference between MOBAs and RTS games is the player's character and role. In a MOBA, you may have a faction alignment and many of the RTS basics in play, but you typically only control a single character. That's a significant contrast with most RTS games, where you build communities and command multiple units. MOBA games also prioritize multiplayer and team play. While some well-known titles feature AI-controlled elements, you usually play with and compete against other human players to meet a set of victory conditions. The niche is dominated by Dota 2 and League of Legends, both of which have developed substantial audiences in esports. The basic premise of the role-playing game is simple and ubiquitous in numerous games. You create or take control of a character that you can then level up through experience points. RPGs are a cornerstone of gaming, but no single game can represent this genre because it's grown and blossomed into numerous sub-genres. With that in mind, here are the most popular sub-genres with a short explanation for each. RPG encompasses a variety of different niches and sub-genres, ranging from tabletop gaming with cards and dice, Dungeons and Dragons, to video game RPGs, Fallout. ARPG, action RPGs have a strong emphasis on combat, but include many of the characteristics of a standard RPG, like The Witcher 3. CRPG, computer RPG is typically used to describe Western-developed RPGs created for PC gamers, like the first two Fallout games. MMORPG combines the massively multiplayer online genre format with RPG gameplay, with notable titles like World of Warcraft, EVE Online, and Elder Scrolls Online. TRPG, short for tactical role-playing game. TRPGs resemble strategy games, but place a deeper emphasis on creative thinking and short-term decision-making, like the XCOM series. Roguelike, strict definitions feature turn-based gameplay, some form of permadeath, tile graphics, and procedural generation. However, many newer and popular examples, like The Binding of Isaac and Spelunky, focus more on action and platforming, respectively. Roguelike does not include one or more key elements of a typical roguelike. Definitions for this subgenre will vary, but Rogue Legacy is a widely accepted example.